the love-hate relationship between Mourinho and Ronaldo. Question for you guys. Who is Mourinho's pick in the GOAT debate? Well, being a Real Madrid coach and personally coaching Cristiano, the answer seems simple. But is it exactly this simple? You're in for a number of surprises because today we bring you guys some untold stories about the Ronaldo-Mourinho relationship. Mourinho once said, "I think it's unfair to both of them when somebody says this one is better than the other one. I think they are just different." When you go to Messi and Ronaldo, I think it's just unfair to compare the players. The only thing I can say is that when I had Ronaldo on my side, I was a very happy man. And when I had to play against Messi, I had to think a lot to try and help my team have chances to succeed. That's a very pragmatic answer from the special one, but is he really confused or does he just hate Ronaldo? Well, it turns out the Portuguese coach didn't really have any soft spot for Ronaldo, even during his United days. Safe to say, both of them started on a rough note and the verbal battle began even when they were working together. Ronaldo called Mourinho out, claiming he does not know how to admit his own failures. Knowing Mourinho, we know what would have happened next, don't we? So when Sir Alex came in between the two to protect his boy, he quickly tracked. Sir Alex felt he had to protect his boy, but normal things, I have no problem with him, Ferguson. I have no problem with the boy. Fate intervened and the two had to work together, with Mourinho coming to Madrid after winning the treble with Porto, and he was in a league of his own. He was charismatic, he was vocal, he was blunt, he was everything Ronaldo didn't like. So it was a failed recipe before the cooking even began. Although they had a pretty good first season together, the cracks began to show earlier in their relationship, with the first incident happening a week after the Copa del Rey final when Real beat the Catalans 1-0. Ronaldo, being unhappy with the team's style of play, lashed out at the tactics. "No, I don't, but I have to adapt to what is asked of me. This is the way it is. We have a strategy." Mourinho didn't tolerate this disrespect at all, and Ronaldo was dropped in the next game, although the team lost 3-2 at home to Real Zaragoza, although he did start the other 5 remaining matches. Told you guys, two goats can't stay in the same room, but you know, it is what it is. They had to create a formula to win, so super agent Mendes acted swiftly to mend their relationship. Mourinho's second season at Real saw his team win the title by some margin, and it was a very good season for the side, but the relations between the two just couldn't improve. The third season with Mourinho began to show the cracks so openly, with both himself and the player openly calling each other out. He and Ronaldo had clashed after a 2-0 Copa del Rey win against Valencia in mid-January, when the manager had expressed his anger at the player not tracking back. In all honesty, the situation was so bad that Spanish football expert Guillem Balaguer later claimed in his 2015 biography of Ronaldo that they almost came to blows, with the Portugal international having to be held back. Ronaldo took a swing by saying, "After everything I've done for you, this is how you treat me? How dare you say that to me?" Connection deteriorated even further, and the two didn't even make eye contact towards the time that Mourinho was ending his time at Los Blancos. It was an unquestionably acrimonious split, and it looked certain they would never work together in football again. With Mourinho no longer employed at Madrid, he could openly slate Ronaldo, and knowing him, I don't think any of us expected him to do anything any differently. At first, Mourinho used an appearance on Spanish television to express the issues he had with Ronaldo. He told the press, "I had only one problem with him. Very simple, very basic, which was when a coach criticizes a player from a tactical viewpoint, trying to improve what, in my view, could have been improved. At that moment, he didn't take it very well because maybe he thinks he knows everything and the coach cannot help him develop further. He didn't just stop here or track back and went one step further, saying, 'The relationship does not exist. He plays for Real Madrid and I'm at Chelsea. You would not find us hanging around together. I remember the good and the not so good.'" This doesn't seem too nice to talk about an ex-player like this, you know, but then, against all hope, his view of Ronaldo began to change. What changed? It still remains a mystery, but he called him a goal machine and compared him to the likes of Zidane. And Mourinho went on and said, "Coaching him was the highlight of my career. He's the most professional player I've ever met. A coach and a player may have their differences at a given time, but it ends there." Did those words come with help from Mendes, or simply because Mourinho no longer had the intensity dealing with Ronaldo brought him? Whatever the reason, the perception was the rift was healing from both sides, with Ronaldo saying, Work with Mourinho again? Why not? Ronaldo even called him the greatest manager he has ever worked with, even greater than Sir Alex. How did the two become lovebirds? The romance was short-lived though, with Mourinho criticising Ronaldo's touchline tactics in the 2016 Euro final. Cristiano Ronaldo didn't help in any way by doing that. There were 11 players on the pitch and the person in charge of directing them was the coach. What my experience tells me is that in these moments, when important decisions might need to be made, the players are lost in their own little worlds. Paths interlaced again and feelings changed one more time when Juventus had to visit Old Trafford to play José's United. He is one of the best players of all time. It's as simple as that. Nah, what are these guys? They're literally two lovebirds fighting and loving each other side by side. And in recent years, the two have started to come close one more time. Will it be the last time? Only time will tell, but the AS Roma manager recently said that being Ronaldo is far more difficult than being Messi. He went on to say, "I keep saying it's harder to be Cristiano than Lionel Messi. I'll tell you, Messi grew up in a team he plays for now, with the teammates he plays with now. Not Cristiano. He was in England, then they put him here, Real Madrid, in a losing team. He had to grow over the last 2 years with this team, which has been forming." And there have been reports of the two reuniting one last time at Al Nassr. According to Spanish outlet AS, Mourinho has been offered €100 million for 2 seasons to manage the Saudi Pro League outfit, which would make him the highest paid manager in the world. Will we see the infamous hug getting recreated again in the sand dunes of Saudi Arabia? I sincerely hope we see two of the footballing goats together one last time. We'll be back with the latest update. Till then, check out these videos.